Hello everyone, welcome back to ESL TV for the grand finals of cut number 3 of the EMS 1 Battlefield 4 series. I am joined once again by Dogbert. Not even going to give you adjectives this time, I'm just going to call you Dogbert. Joining me through, graciously joining me for yesterday and today's games because Lauren actually is over in Poland now doing a World Tank Show. But anyways, we're going to be doing the final game here. It's going to be between uMAV and Against All Authority. The map list is as follows: Operation Locker, GOLMUD Railway, and Zavod. And Against All Authority was the team to choose Operation Locker. I'm just going to remind you, Dogbert, you need to turn your mic on just in case you forgot. And what's your predictions for this game? You forgot, didn't you?
No, I was actually so smooth on my switch over. As soon as you start speaking, I'd already done it. I was waiting, but I didn't feel like you didn't give me such a great intro. I think that usually say I'm the best, the best looking everything, but this time
I never complimented your attractiveness.
Oh well.
But anyways, we are getting underway.
Should have.
We're going to have uMAV over on the US side. We have Against Authority on the Russian side. Over for uMAV, we have Bowden, Asterix, Delarco, Sneaky, Marsu. Over for Against Authority, we have Broma, Abri, Drunks, Inox, and Raiden. And as you already see on the scoreboard, 2 kills coming in over for uMAV's side. And we have A's capped only, and uMAV able to take control of B and C.
Yeah, they're a big break, and uMAV love to get those kills early, and they do a great job of it. They have pretty much got an open road to A, but they're taking it very slow, expecting trouble. They bullied aAa into the bottom of B, and they could make big plays on here, but Delarco's taking his time, being very patient on this A flag, but luckily his team's giving him enough time by getting the kills around this B flag. That would have been a very early full domination cap if they'd moved a bit quicker, but either way, this is looking really good for for uMAV straight off the bat.
For triple uMAV.
Triple uMAV.
The thing is, Against Authority, they just played against ESC on this map and did come out as a victor. But the thing is, to me, uMAV is a whole other kettle of fish. They're a whole different caliber than ESC were, and it's going to be a very tough game for Against Authority to really win, because right now, they haven't been able to get their footing in the game just yet. I mean, they see them finally breaking through. They're starting to work over towards A. They're starting to work potentially over to C. But uMAV, they just don't give a care. I mean, because right now, yeah, they're going to lose A, but in the meantime, they're probably going to hit B and take that one back for themselves as well.
Yeah, aAa might have just got a better handle on it, and they forced uMAV out on that C, and they're threatening that C as well. So actually, aAa are doing pretty good. I mean, the thing is that uMAV just seem to come in so aggressive, and they just get these flags. And that's where, oh my god, huge kills by Drunks, dropping 2 attackers on that A flag, securing it all by himself, and this is going to give him a chance to hold this A and C flag. But aAa are just going on the offensive.
Yeah, the real question is, how long can they hold on to this? Because they did a fantastic job of holding on and getting those 2 caps, but uMAV finally got the respawn. They finally realized, oh, we should, be careful. Against Authority can actually take this against us, and we need to start grouping up and playing like we should be. And right now, it's 18 to 15 in kills for uMAV. Not that big of a lead so far, but Raiden just pushing up, picking up 2 big kills as well for his team right there. Shut down any sort of attack that uMAV could possibly have on this A site. But in the meantime, Siki was able to get the better of one man of Against Authority and take control of C.
True, but nothing's there to stop that B push. And it's quite an interesting game right now, because uMAV, a lot of the times, do not actually have anyone stopping them from capturing a flag, but usually they just rush in and do it. But now they're starting to question and take too much time, where before they were just running in and getting flags. Now they're starting to be maybe second-guessing.
And you were talking about, I kind of want you to go into that really quickly at the top of the show about uMAV when they're playing against Fnatic, and how they beat teams, like what they do to their mentality and their play style.
Yeah, they really just make teams feel uncomfortable. They just stick on them like glue and really just wear them down. But aAa, though, this has worked in the past against aAa, but now aAa seem to be becoming so much more well prepared for it. This game is got 4 tickets between it right now, and uMAV have not got the ticket bleed. And in fact, there's a possibility of a very small full domination cap coming in here. aAa out on the cold, though, and this is uMAV's chance to swing this game decisively. They need to shut down a push on A, and after that, it would look really good for them.
And it's just uMAV, they just stopped picking up the kills that they were able to open up this game with, and now they're behind 10 tickets right now. We do see them capping over A in the hands of Asterix. He's going to have 2 men stopping him here, but he's going to look for the first kill to Raiden. He gets taken down, and that means A should potentially be going back over to Against Authority, but Delarco's there to back him up, Baden's there to back him up, so they will maintain control of those 2 flags. And right now, Against Authority, they spun all on the outside. They're hitting from 3 different directions here, and it looks like Drunks will be able to retake B here, but bad, and he might be running back to stop this. He realizes something's going to happen.
That kill there with Apricot on Sneaks, that is going to tie down a lot of uMAV players, which otherwise would be going over to B right now. So uMAV are kind of stuck in transition here, where they want to push and take B, but at the same time, they got to come back and defend A. And this gives AAA a chance to just clean up our B flag.
Wow, and Banner right now, he's going on a killing spree, picking up 3. That's almost a complete wipe for against Authority, as Raiden's the only man standing, and they still haven't been able to cap over second flag, even with that advantage they just built up. We're getting a back spawn on against Authority on B in the hands of Avery and Broma, but Avery does go down, and uMAV, they're getting squished in all directions. Yeah, they're capping C right now, but they're losing A in the meantime. They're trying to grab B, and with those kills that they just picked up, they will be able to do that. So if anything, they will maintain their 2 cap here momentarily, but against Authority, they're being hyper aggressive, even a step further than that right now.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to a few guys like, what's the best way to approach a team like uMAV that try and blitz you? Try and blitz them back. Like, just don't let them do it. And now it seems to be the case that AAA are going for that. But the problem is uMAV still getting the better of some of these exchanges. And right now, with that C and B, which, to be honest, they might lose that C quite quickly, but A is completely undefended.
You know what's really weird is that in the 6 minutes we've actually been watching this so far, 46 kills for against Authority and 45 for uMAV. I think that's the most we've seen in this limited amount of time so far. That's just crazy. That just shows how much action's been going on and how both these teams have just been blitzkrieging each other left and right and sneaking out, pushing through this corridor. It's going to get actually pushed away, and we see uMAV, they have a decent hold on it right now, but if they get flanked around, if Raiden can pick up this kill on a sneaky, they might have been able to open that one up, but unfortunately for him, he can't get that. And it looks like against Authority, won't be able to take A back just yet.
Sneaky just killed 3 people by himself, stopping that push on A and then stopping any reinforcement. More importantly, they're coming out well aggressive now. Trunks is the only man left far forward here, and he gets taken out. And you can just see uMAV here just throwing them out into the cold here. And Broman's got a nice spawn on B. He might be the only one to upset this, but right now, uMAV are on top of AAA.
You see they're trying to get the respawns on top of him and get this cap over to B, but they're getting picked up left, right. uMAV just turned around. They're going to get a domination cap here momentarily, but no, actually, it looks like Raiden's going to be able to hold on to B, at least neutralize it for a long enough time, but Sneaky, he's actually going to get taken down. Ashtrake's the last man standing, trying to pick up the kill onto him to maybe get the domination, and he actually gets jumped on right by his side, gets actually dropped. But either way, they still technically have, I guess, a domination over them since there's no cap for against Authority just yet. But it looks like they're finally going to be able to cap over B here. uMAV getting the respawns, getting the positions they want to be in, and they have a 20-ticket lead already in this first half so far.
Yeah, very aggressive by both teams. No regard for their own lives. They're just throwing each other into these predicaments where it's do or die. And right now, uMAV have come out a little bit better. But
wow.
This is AAA's chance to break it.
That hold by uMAV right there. I think they picked up 2 or 3 kills on the push into A by uMAV, but they're getting flanked from the backside. But Delarco, he's waiting for him. He's looking for one. Doesn't get anything just yet. He did have a teammate there, but it looks like he actually did drop in the crossfire right there. So in the meantime, uMAV going to cap over B. Against Authority, going to go for a push here, and Raiden, he could really open this one right up. They do have the first kill. They do have uMAV spawning on top of them here as C's being capped on the outside, so they can just stall them for a little bit. They might get the 2 cap, and they might be able to get the respawns and the positions they want to be to hold uMAV out.
Yeah, this is the position they need. uMAV at this point really need to just run for that A flag and not worry too much about B. Leave 2 men behind. Don't have to sacrifice the flag, but at least make this game more fluid. They've gone for A and they've gone for C. They're allowing B to get captured. They're just leaving Sneaky behind as a delaying force, and this is going really, really well for uMAV.
And against Authority, they just haven't been able to cap over B. No flags capped currently right now as they are able to get C. They are able to grab onto a hold of A. And Sneaky did a great job of just stalling them for as long as possible. But Delarco was able to push up, able to pick up 1 kill. But right now against Authority, they're starting to swarm. And Marsu, I like the position he's in. He's able to pick up 1 kill, gets a second one. And Pete basically just single-handedly shut down the push that was coming into A by against Authority because Broma now is the only man standing, and he has to wait for respawns.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think there's anything AAA can do unless they get a nice spawn on top of C or A. They are going to lose this round quite significantly, and this has just been a really back and forth game. To be honest, until the last few minutes here, uMAV were pretty much in a very close quarter game, and they've just took it by storm at the end there.
Yeah, they did, and I mean, we talked about Operation Lock when they put it earlier on against Fnatic today. They are now, if I remember correctly, they are 5 for 6 on Operation Lock. Or the only loss they ever had was against Fnatic. And going into the maps after this, because we have GOLMUD, Railway, and Zavod right after, They are actually 0 for 1 on GOLMUD Railway. They lost against Epsilon, and they're 3 for 4 on Zavod, losing one map to Dignitas. So they don't have the greatest of records on GOLMUD Railway, but that is the map they chose. I wonder if they were watching the last semifinal that we did and saw something that they can do against Authority to stop them. Maybe they saw a flaw in their strategy.
I think AAA has been the team that's been looking really weak on GOLMUD Railway, and that's, I think, maybe the reason they've gone for it. But uMAV must have been quite happy with the selection of Locker being AAA's home map. I mean, they've done really well on it before. More importantly, they've already beaten AAA on it before. It must have just been like they were just given a victory there in a way. 42 tickets, it's easy. You can come back from 42 tickets. It's not like a insta loss. They can still do it, but uMAV do not seem to be the kind of team that you're going to be given 42 tickets and just come back from. They just seem so aggressive.
Yeah, they really do. I really want to give credit to Against Authority, though, because they were definitely matched them in the beginning of the match. It's just a little bit too much for them to hold off in the end, but still, this will only be the first map in the best of 3, and we could see things change. We're going to have a side swap come in. Against Authority going to be on the US side, and we're going to have uMAV over on the Russian team here. And to me, actually, no, I want you to tell us, what side do you really prefer on this map?
I really prefer the Russian side. They're like so similar sometimes. Whoever you click on, the color changes, so you always get a little bit confused. So uMAV's going to have maybe the better starting position here. They'll get A straight away. They'll have the hill that commands C. You can never really leave C alone if there's someone on that hill, and that's why it's so important. But it's all about how uMAV want to come out strong on this. Obviously, we're not live as TKing each other. But usually AC hold will come in. uMAV maybe a stronger start, but it all comes down if they want to do this hold or if they're more happy coming forward, because they seem to just be always the aggressors. They never sit back. They just come at you all the time, and they just, like I said, they just make teams feel uncomfortable. You can never play anything other than a reactionary strat against uMAV.
Well, I wonder if uMAV can keep this up, and I wonder if a team can find a counter to it. I mean, we saw basically a counter with Against Authority just kind of out-aggressing them early on, but I don't know. I mean, the thing is, uMAV, their aim was just impeccable. And I get to credit Against Authority, though, because they were matching them quite well as the game started to go on. After that first initial loss of the push that happened to them, they were really starting to take things back, but they just can't. They just seem to always be one step behind. Was the thing to me. They just didn't seem to be able to think one step ahead of uMAV and counter them.
It becomes like chaos after a while. It's organized chaos for a while, and some teams can keep that kind of pace going, and some teams can't. And I think the pace that uMAV put onto AAA, but was being matched in the early goings, they just started to lose it. And then from then on out, uMAV just started to take control. I mean, uMAV can keep that kind of pace going for 3 maps, while other teams like AAA just get exhausted.
Yeah. And we have to keep in mind that uMAV had the... Oh, and we can look at it both ways, but they had the option to relax after that first best of 3 and come into this one with new eyes and also watch Against Authority a little bit longer. But you can also look at the other way. Against Authority, they had the chance to warm up in their best of 3, come into this one already warmed up on a little bit of a high. But I don't know. I mean, it's nice to see new teams get into the grand finals and really start to show that there's other good teams out there. But Against Authority, I mean, if they can pull this big upset, they have to give them such a big high coming into week number 4, or cut number 4, sorry, the MS1 series.
Yeah, it's a momentum, but kind of both teams need. I mean, uMAV are constantly talking about how they're always second at the cup, second in the cup. They never seem to get a first place, so this is a good chance for them to get it here. AAA, just constantly. They do really good, and then they just do really bad. And now they seem to be doing really good again. But at the same time, uMAV are just so hungry for a win here. It's really difficult.
And right now, I think we're going to have one more restart before we get underway, because if I'm not mistaken, uMAV was on the US side last time.
Indeed, there'll be another restart.
Yeah, we'll have one more restart. I was looking at the admin chat, and I'm like, pretty sure there needs to be one more in there. But let's talk about, I guess, the other maps coming up after this, since we at least have one more on GOLMUD Railway. Thing is, we've only seen uMAV play it once, and you said, Against Authority, they weren't looking that strong, which I can agree on. How do you think that one's gonna go? I mean, if Against Authority are just hyper aggressive and they can out aim, or sorry, if uMAV can be hyper aggressive and just out aim Against Authority, I don't really see them having a chance on that one.
uMAV have looked really impressive on that map, while AAA have looked really shaky. So I would have to say uMAV are just at this point, if AAA cannot win this map, I don't see them taking it to a third. I really don't. It's going to be such an uphill struggle for them. But if they can come prepared now, if they mentally prepared, that is, then they can do it. But the pace put on them by uMAV in that last one was blistering, and they really couldn't keep up with it. So maybe they want to slow this game down a bit and start to play a bit more tactically instead of the crazy style that uMAV imposed on them in that first round.
All right, well, here we go. The countdown happening. We're going to be getting underway with the second half of map number 1 in the grand finals here of cut number 3. We're going to have Against Authority on the U.S. side. We're going to have uMAV over on the Russian side. And this is going to be, I know this is going to be really interesting. And like you're saying, if Against Authority doesn't pick up this map, you don't see them take it to map number 3. So it's all in their hands. It's not impossible to come back 42, in a 42 ticket deficit, but they're definitely going to have to work for it here.
Yeah, and there's ace 52s across the board, only 1 or 2 Scar H's, and Drunks must be feeling quite proud in himself as the trendsetter in the ace 52 race, and now everyone is copying him.
All right, well, here we go. The round has kicked off here. We're sending 2 men for Against Authority on the outside. We're sending 1 over to B, and then 2 pushed over onto A right now, just trying to defend that middle line, but uMAV actually losing out on the first 2 people for their own team, as we do have Sneaky working towards outside. Marcy gets the height advantage over Against Authority outside on C, but it doesn't matter. Broma gets the kill, and just like that, we're going to see a 2-cap very early on for Against Authority.
Yeah, a 42 ticket lead, obviously, for uMAV. And uMAV here can try and just make this a stand and ban kind of game. And right now, they don't have to do much on C, except from keep Marsu there as long as possible. Sneaky just spawned literally right out in the open, right between Enoch and Broma. And that is going to be uMAV taking that C flag, while they're also contesting B at the same time. AAA's only response is to run to A.
And they're doing that. Raiden, he's leading the charge. He's got the squad respawn on top of him. They're going to be able to take A back here, but not before losing out on a couple of tickets. And they already are prepared, looking at a couple of different directions. Actually solo capping it right now because Against Authority are, I think, overcommitting their resources towards B, because right now, if Raiden falls, this will be A. Oh, actually gets a 1-for-1 trade, so no one's going to cap over A right now. But B will be going in favor of Against Authority momentarily. But still, this is a lot of tickets going in uMAV's favor. They've been able to close that gap that they were behind. And with the spawns over at A, they're going to be able to hold this one, I would assume. But Against Authority, they're sending 2 men there. We're going to have a 2-on-2, and Baden's going to be the man to defend against this for now.
Yeah, scramble for this A flag. Both teams realizing that there was no one on it, and it all goes uMAV's way. 2-man shutdown, and really what they needed at this point in the game.
Yeah, fantastic grenades flooding in as well. They're able to get control of A, they're able to get control of C, and look where Drunks is, Broma is, Raiden, and Inox. They're sending 5 men over towards A. As in the meantime, they're losing B. They need to do something here. They need to make the decision. Raiden does pick up the kills inside of A. They're going to cap that one over, but now Inox trying to go defend against B, and he's got 2 men of uMAV here to worry about, and he is now dead.
Did you kill him with your casting curse? I think that's exactly what might happen.
You'd be surprised. I could be like... Actually, I'm not going to say anything because that's going to go really bad and probably stick with me for a long time. But uMAV, they do get the respawn back at B. They're going to be pushing in. They're going to be sandwiching the members of Against Authority. But they're able to cap C. They're able to control A. And they finally do get a 2-cap back for themselves.
There's no one on A, though. I mean, right now, if Delarco plucks up the courage and just runs through it, he'll get this flag without any trouble. And there's AAA trying to reinforce through the middle, and they just get shut down hard.
Asterix just shut them down, picking up those 2 kills, pulling out the pistol, picking up the last one. Fantastic job by him. They're going to get A back. In the meantime, Inox, he hasn't really pushed towards B just yet to take it back, but he is starting to finally cap it. And he gets taken down instantly. And we have 24 and 22 in kills, so it's pretty even across the board right there, as well as tickets so far. Against Authority, they need to take something back. Do you think their goal should be moving towards C, or do you think A is definitely the direction they should be going?
They need to get A. I mean, the thing is, they know that there's always going to be a defender out of C, so why not just try and use your numbers to break that A flag as much as you can? But the problem is that uMAV are constantly on top of them. Every time that they might think they're about to break through, uMAV are there. They've got extra people somewhere, and they're just causing problems. Right now, they need to break this A flag quick, or it's going to run away from them.
Every person I keep going to just dies instantly, and uMAV getting fully wiped out right there by Against Authority. They're capping A in the meantime. They might be able to pull this one off. They might be able to cap C as well. They're going to get a full domination here momentarily, and uMAV, they have to stop this. They have to do something about it very, very, very fast.
Yeah, I mean, right now, uMAV are perfectly okay with this kind of game. It's not out of their hands at all. Remember, they only need to drop a AAA below between 42 points, and that ain't too hard to do with this kind of kill rate.
Yeah, very true. I've actually seen quite a few kills already coming from both teams. Very high kill counters. I guess that's just the style both these teams are bringing into this map. But you see against Authority, they're dropping one by one, and you have been able to pick up 3 quick kills in succession, able to maintain all 5 of their guys. And we see Sneaky doing what his name says, pushing into B. He's actually get the flank onto against Authority, picks up 1, actually spots 2 more over towards the top side of B, and he's just start capping that one over. So they might get a 2-cap there. No one's at C, no one's even at A. Both these teams are just sending all 5 of their players to attack each other at B.
And why not? For uMAV's point of view, that's perfectly fine. That's a game they want to play. At the end of the day, they've got loads more tickets to play with than AAA do. AAA can only afford to play this game if they win it.
And right there, it looks like they might have been able to pull it off, unless I missed against Authority respawning like insanely fast. But either way, they are going to get this spawn over towards A. They're going to get the cap on it. They will have a domination cap momentarily, but Asterix and uMAV will cap B over for themselves. But it's getting very tricky though, because as long as uMAV keeps it even, if it stays like this, then they're still going to come out with the victory because they have, like you said, those 42 tickets to play with.
Yeah, and once again, Delarco looking at A, thinking about pushing at it, playing it smart and going around, but it's completely undefended, and he could have just walked in there at any time. Usually a player that just gets in there and takes flags is starting to second-guess himself, and each time this has given AAA breathing space, which, to be honest, they shouldn't be getting.
And they've been able to get a domination cap as well. Delarco, let's see how long he can hold on to this, because there's 2 men going up against him. He actually gets a trade 1 for 1, and that will be A retaken by Raiden in just a second. They're still maintaining these 3 points, and uMAV can just not get a foothold back in this game. This is going very, very south for uMAV.
Yes, all of a sudden, something that was working out perfectly well for them is starting to go wrong, but there's some critical kills now coming in near A, and it was going all their way until they had, unfortunate, a Drunks turned up, and he just took out 2 people straight down the middle, and now it's looking amazingly good for AAA.
What is happening to uMAV? They're just not capping flags. They're losing all these duels left and right against Authority. Just seems to have the perfect read on them. So you finally see Batten pick up 2 kills right there, but B is finally going to be capped back over for uMAV. And they realize, guys, we have like 25 tickets to play with here. We need to make sure to take these very quickly if we want to go into the next map with the map advantage. And Delarco, he's still sitting near C. He's going to get the jump. He does get the kill on the Raiden, looking for 1 more, but he gets caught with his pants down, or at least his med kit in his hands. And unfortunately for him, he's going to fall. C will go back over to against Authority, and uMAV, maybe they just need to go for a push on A right now.
Yeah, I mean, every time that they've been doing these fights, because they expect uMAV maybe to playing a bit more defensively, but AAA are just coming out all guns blazing, and they've left flags wide open, but uMAV are expecting them defended, and that's buying them time. But at this point in the game, I think AAA have a good chance of being able to shut this out, but they're down a man. It's 4v5 right now. That is a kind of death sentence at this point.
Well, Inox has reconnected here. It might be a little bit too late, though, because there is a 2-cap in favor of uMAV. They're going to get C. They're going to lose B in the meantime. And there's Abri pushing out back into the backside of A. But he does drop. And if they can hold A, if they can hold C here, they should be able to drop them below that 10 more ticket threshold that they need to get them to. I guess they're still trying to fight for this. They're doing a great job. They're picking up the kills right there, and they almost got a squad wipe.
Yeah, those are the kills they need. They need to break through middle now and get A. You can see them on the tabletop, kind of pinging the map they want, flag they want. They're getting into A now. They just need to hold this B flag. You know what? This is totally doable. Right now, uMAV have about 2 good attacks left in them. They need to get that capture. Oh!
But 2 people against Authority just drop right there with the hands of Bad, and that might have opened a B, and in fact does. They're going to get control of it, and there's only 4 tickets that against Authority can play with right now.
Yeah, it's looking really good for uMAV. They got the attack they needed, and they're getting the kills. This is going to stop very few. No one from AAA can respawn in now. It's looking all uMAV's way.
And there it is. They dropped below the 42 ticket threshold, and against Authority, almost were able to close that one out. That was so close. 12 tickets left in uMAV's favor, and they completely had uMAV on the run throughout the mostly the entire half.
Yeah, it was a back and forth one. It was close, but at one point AAA started to get a bit of a hold on that A and B flag, and then uMAV got messy. they got really, really messy. There was really lack of coordination. They got greedy. I think they expected that the win was in the bag and just came forward for the kills. And AAA really, really made them pay and almost took that map from them. But now we have to go to a second one, and this one, AAA have just not been looking good on recently.
Yeah, and what was so great, though, about Against All Authority is they played no holds barred. They sent everything they had to every flag they went to. They didn't even bother defending, and they were able to probably get... I mean, that was probably one of the closest games we've seen against uMAV on this map, because, you know, uMAV played against Fnatic earlier on, and they got taken down to 11 tickets, but just to get him that low, pretty much even to where Fnatic was, it kind of shows what Against All Authority's been doing lately. They've definitely been practicing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... It's interesting when a team like uMAV, who've been playing a blitzkrieg style like that, has it done against them, and then the game gets really, really close. So if you're looking at that as other teams like Fnatic and Dig and all that, it's just like, okay, let's just do that. Let's just play that kind of style and see how they can deal with it.
Well, let's see if they can do something different here against Authority. They have to really come together on this map. I believe it is not live.
It is live, I believe.
Okay.
Yay! I'm not too sure either until I reach out. There we are, we're live.
Yep, we see this game kick off right away. uMAV going to be over on the Russian side, and they do have that advantage of getting that 2-cap right away. As you can already hear, the rockets flying, and we do have a 2-man squad by uMAV pushing straight towards A here, but they get cut off, they get taken down, and that gives Against Authority a little bit of an early advantage if they can capitalize off of it.
Yeah, they need to push this B flag quite quickly. They've got the kill, so it's wide open right now. But there you see uMAV are spawning into the A house as much as possible. But it's only Raiden capturing B, and this is a close fight already.
Oh, wow. They're able to pick up a couple of kills well with that A house right there, and they might have stopped that push on a B. There's one man there, but you see the rest of uMAV on that tabletop flooding into that site to stop him. And in the meantime, they're capping A as well. You see one man, Inox, pushing towards C, trying to kind of counter cap here, but uMAV are so close to B that they could, or to C that they could stop this unless the 2 men over at B house can shut down uMAV.
Yeah, and it's a difficult one because they're going to get a crossfire against them here. It's all about Drunks in that small house, and if you can get the kills. Enox, though, is going to be able to come in from behind, but he looks like he wants the B house more important. And this is a dangerous one because if AAA cannot clear up B, they're going to get full domination cap. There you go. They clear up B. That's good. They need to finish off at C now and just hold this B and C flag.
And right now, Delarco actually backs away and lets Sneaky be the man to push up over towards C to lock it down, but he drops. And Delarco will be there to kind of prevent that from going back over towards Against Authority's favor. He's the last man standing in his squad, so a lot of kills coming in for Against Authority. Inox 4-0 right now. Fantastic start by him, as well as Drunks 3-1. And we talked about, you know, Against Authority, and if they wanted to perform today, Raiden and Drunks needed to perform and needed to show up, and they've been doing that so far.
Yeah, but Enox has put in a lot of important kills, clearing up A pretty much by himself. And right now, you can see uMAV's approach here is to just try and run past and get to other flags. But they're going to find them defended. They're not going to find them as open as they were. But Enox goes down. Baden breaks through. A is going to be attacked at the same time, so is C. And uMAV might have broken out of what could have been a very dangerous position.
And yeah, I mean, Against Authority, they were able to maintain a tri-cap there for just a little bit. They might be able to grab it back in the hands of B as well, as we see Broma going over the wall, trying to push in. And uMAV, they just kind of seem to have lost control. I mean, Baden, he's over towards A. There's no one there to cap it or to stop him from making it happen, and they just haven't gone for it just yet.
Yeah, that might be a really big mistake. I mean, there was literally no one stopping him from catching the A, but he started to get worried that he was going to get picked off while doing it, and now it's given AAA plenty of time to come back, but this has left them spread out on B and C, and you can see how AAA are fighting uMAV now. They're just coming forward. They're just, wherever flag's being attacked, let's just throw everyone at it, and that's what they're doing.
uMAV, they have to do something about it. I guess they will eventually realize that, guys, when they attack a flag, they pretty much send everyone there so we can back cap on them. And that isn't really uMAV's style too much. That's more of like Epsilon's style in the hands of Horik that I can think of in particular. But right now, they have him on the run. They have a little bit of a lead, about 20 tickets, and Sneaky's pushing towards C. He's going to meet 3 men on Against Authority, and that means B should maintain being held by uMAV, and A is wide open for the taking yet again.
Yeah, seriously, AAA are starting to impress me here. But it could all go across. They need to make sure that this B attack goes all their way. They can play that game for quite a while, but as soon as the kills start going against them, then it all goes wrong. So, like I said, it's a pace that uMAV can keep up, but AAA have not seen... they get tired too quick, they seem. They just seem to start losing those 2v2s, their 1v1s, and then it all goes uMAV's way.
And you see uMAV trying to push towards A right now. Maybe even trying to get a tri-cap in there, but more importantly, they've given up control over towards C. That should be capped over soon. I would want to assume for against Authority because Broma's there. He's actually gonna land on the cap, but they have such great control of B. They're picking off uMAV left and right, and they almost got a full squad wipe yet again here. Ashley's one of the last men standing over towards B, and he can't even really defend against it.
Yeah, and they're going to lose C and B maybe for a bit, but they can reorganize and attack this B flag quite quickly. And you can just see AAA spreading out. They need to leave someone obviously behind to catch that C flag, but they just put a push onto A, which got shut down. But now they're just regrouping at B, and uMAV are swarming.
And it's really interesting is that against Authority, they're really bringing the game to them in terms of the score. I mean, uMAV, they've been just wiping the floor clean with their opponents lately. But against Authority, they're able to stand up against them and really take them to the brink of potentially a loss. They've been able to get that 2-cap back with B and C, but uMAV will be able to take C back. As in the meantime, against Authority, going to be able to take A, and we're going to see a fight at C break out here. It's going to be a 2-on-2, and we're going to tackle him with Raiden as he first picks up the first kill to Asterix, but they do get the response in the hands. I believe that was Del Arco. And it doesn't matter with Roma there off to the side. He picks up one, and he's still trying to force some sort of aggression on on C. He's trying to force maybe a couple more members of uMAV to rotate, but instead they're just going for B.
Yeah, and AAA need to win this B fight, and they need to win it quick. It's one of these maps. If they can't keep this B flag on their belt all the time, they're going to come across it because it's such a key flag. You can drop off onto C onto it. You can jump onto A with it. It is the most important flag in the game, and AAA are playing for it. And that's a 3-man wipe on B, and they're going for C. Another full domination cap coming in, and uMAV are starting to look really shaky.
It's so weird because against Authority did not perform well in their games versus ESC on this map. They had such a tough time, but right now they are completely walking over uMAV currently with a 31 ticket lead. They're still picking them off left and right. It seems like everyone's in the right place at the exact right time. You look at your rated 8-7, 8-3 for Drunks, 6-7 for Inox, 10-6 for Abri, and 12-6 for Broma. They are performing so damn well right now, and it's really being reflected in these tickets.
Yeah, they've kept them over on the top right of the map for a long, long time, and that's what's been so painful for the uMAV guys, because they've never been able to threaten any of the other flags. They got a good spawn there, sneaky spawned out near A, and that's given them the chance they needed. But up until that point, they've just been sat at that top corner, and they haven't been able to make much with it.
Against Authority, it's just like the hyper aggression of it's still the whole let's just throw everyone we possibly can at a flag and not really leave anyone in the back to defend against it. And as you see on the top side, they do leave 2 men there, but they do go for 1 forward tread. They're just trying to make sure they have control of it. They're forcing them over towards an A spawn right now. And Drunks, he's above all members of uMAV currently. Does finally fall. In the meantime, C is being taken over for uMAV, but then against Authority, they have the good spawns. They're already there to swarm against it, and they're there to stop it.
Yeah, at this point on this map, uMAV need to channel Inner Dignitas and make an epic comeback, because right now they are getting stomped and AAA are just all over them.
I mean, I don't even know what to say because this is, I'm getting flabbergasted considering how big of a lead that against Authority have built up right now. 76-12 in tickets. C is being contested, but they do get it back here. Everyone against Authority is performing so damn well that I don't think uMAV can really pull this half back. If anything, they can just reduce the amount of tickets that they have to take into the second half.
That's all they're going for now. They need to take away this ticket lead that AAA have gained here. They can't win this round, and if they can, they need to do it quick, because right now they're going for a full domination cap. They could do this, and more importantly, they can hold at C. It's a 2-on-4 up there, but AAA must just be feeling on a high right now.
They have to. They're going to get C back, it looks like here, because Sneaky can't pick up those kills onto the C site. But right now, B is completely open for the taking for against Authority. It looks like they're going to rush in there and straight up take it. 6 tickets remaining in the hands of uMAV, but 57 over for against Authority. And let's see if they can tick away at any more here. And it looks like with that double cap coming back in, that uMAV just can't really get any more off of that score.
No, not at all. And that's going to be the biggest lead of the game, of the series so far. And 56 tickets. Yeah, 56 for AAA. And when I said they were looking really bad on this map, well, they've just made me eat my own words. And now they're making uMAV look bad.
I still don't even know what happened in that game. They just completely had uMAV caught off guard. It was the same strategy that they implemented in Operation Locker, but they were able to do it more flawlessly. I don't know. They were able to do it a lot better than last time. Or maybe uMAV wasn't able to respond to it the correct way. It's just they completely overwhelmed them.
Much more consistent, and I think that's what it came down to. And uMAV, as soon as they got put on the top right part of that map, they really couldn't get much headway. They couldn't break that C, even though it was a flag right in front of their spawn. And aAa just bullied them about for so long, and uMAV really started to become desperate on their attacks. And aAa were just on a high the whole way through that round.
And uMAV, they had the stronger side, if I'm not mistaken, being on the Russian side, coming in through pretty much a guaranteed double cap right in the beginning of the map.
Yeah, they should have everything heading their way right now. They've got the stronger side of the map. They've got a significant ticket lead in 56 tickets. But if there's a team that can come back from this, it's going to be uMAV. So hopefully they reset. Don't think too much about what went wrong and just play smart now. They play a very aggressive style. And now they found an opponent that's trying to match it.
Very true. And remember, guys, this is the second map. Well, the second half of the second map. If Against Authority can take this half, we will advance on into the third map of the night, which will be on Savod. However, if they can't win this one, we will have uMAV going home as the victors here in a 2-0 sweep. So a lot on the line here for Against Authority. They pretty much already have a secure spot in the group stages, but the more points you have, the better groups that you can be in.
Indeed. And right now, uMAV must be like, oh, well, we did really well in the first round. What happened? We better step it up right now. Otherwise, we're going to be second once again.
And Raiden, he's actually flanking around uMAV right away. That might actually give him a nice opportunity to pick up a couple of kills. He does get the kill on Asterix, so that forces uMAV to go straight towards B, which is where they're going to go eventually. But Drunks, he is there looking maybe for a kill or two to stop that push on a B. We do have the early 2-cap advantage for Against Authority, but that's what you're going to expect on this map being on that Russian side.
Yeah, and the control of the buildings here is what is key. Drunks and Enox holding down one of the A house, one of the B house. Drunks goes down, but Enox is still in that B house. And you can see over at C, you got Apricot and you got Raiden. They're just flanking around. They're going to make a push onto that A flag as soon as they think they can make it. And they've also cleared out the B flag. So this is looking really good for AAA on the start.
Yeah, and we saw Sneaky actually over towards C as well, so he had the opportunity to go for the flank, and he actually doesn't cap. Instead, he goes to back up B here to stop against this push that Against Authority has, and uMAV able to hold on to that push onto A here, and Sneaky is going to fall, or he did fall over towards the push onto B, so I don't know if I agree with that. He could have taken C, but instead he went straight for B to reinforce their attack, their push.
Yeah, this is all going AAA's way. At no point does this even look bad, either in the positions they're holding or the flag bleed they have. At this point, uMAV need to do something really special, and with two of their players not even getting kills on the scoreboard yet, you'd think maybe they've just come to bits somewhere. Something's not right now with uMAV. They're not playing at the level they had before, and AAA are beating them hard right now.
Yeah, this is not the uMAV we've seen, but maybe this is the Against Authority that we didn't get to see play against Epsilon as they 2-0'd them. Epsilon being the reigning champions from cut number 2, and I believe they were the second place team in cut number 1, if I'm not mistaken. I probably am, though. It's hard to think back to all those games, but right now uMAV, they're down quite a few tickets. They don't have a lot to really mess around with. 56 is that number. If they fall below that, we will see that map number 3, and right now we do have Asterix finally getting a little bit of life in him, does get the kill. Actually, sorry, he gets taken. Sorry, Asterix gets the kill, and he's going to push back into B here as they have 2 men in this B building. And Baden, I'm not really sure what he's doing over there.
I'm not sure either. I mean, he's just trying to play a smart game, waiting, probably expecting people to be in the buildings and didn't want to just get caught out straight away. He's going to be the man putting pressure onto that C flag, but they just completely got wiped at B, and this is once again looking really good for AAA. I mean, they're holding the flags they need, and more importantly, they're harassing whenever it looks like they're going to lose a flag and buying time for their guys to capture another undefended.
And Baden actually able to make quite a few kills, so that's 2 for him over in this building over towards C right now. So he has opened up C to be taken for his team. He's looking for a couple more kills as he does get the respawns in, and they will in fact lock down C. They're going to lose A though, but look at where Against Authority are. They respawn on the western side of the map, and no one is there to stop the push on a B out of uMAV. Yeah,
the definite spawns there were not favorable for them, and it gives uMAV a chance to come back in this game. But you're talking about a kind of hold they need to put on now is a big one. They are behind in tickets in this game, let alone from the previous round of 56. So right now, uMAV have to play a very perfect game on C&B.
Let's see if they can pull this one off. They have been able to hold on to it for a little bit here. They are seeming to get in the right positions that they want to play with, and they're starting to get a couple of kills, which are really going to matter. But B is being capped over right now for Against Authority. Sneaky does fall, who is the last man in the vicinity to actually stop that. And it looks like Avery is going to lock that one down. So Against Authority to get the 2-cap back for themselves. But Ashik's playing a little bit of a Del Arco role, going to the backside, going for a cap on A, and it's drawing 2 players away from Against Authority.
Yeah, but at this point in the game, AAA are just going to be like, right, let's just play uMAV's game. Let's just be really aggressive. We just want the kills here. We're already so far ahead. Let's just bring them down in tickets. Let's just get in their face and get the kills. And they're doing a great job right now.
Oh, Sneak, you almost got some style points for that, for jumping off the building, using the parachute, and coming back in last second. But Ashrix has a really far spawn back, actually getting right behind Broma right there. Does get the kill and stop a potential C cap going back over for Against Authority. And uMAV still trying to get the cap on a B, but Avery's there to stop it. Gets the kill on a Marsu, and that has stopped the cap going over to uMAV. So now it's going to be in Against Authority's hands, and they're almost at that magic number, about 30 tickets away. And I think Against Authority, they can just smell the victory. They can almost taste it.
Yeah, and they've been doing a great job of just holding this bleed for majority of the game. And uMAV just haven't turned up, it feels. I mean, they're there, they're doing damage, they're getting kills, it's a close game. But AAA just feel in control, and that's where it gets dangerous. Can a team like uMAV come back from reverses like this?
I would hope so. I mean, if they're going to be one of the top teams in Battlefield 4 for the EMS series, they need to be able to do that. And right now, they just haven't really shown up for that. It's really unfortunate, but Against Authority, they're just playing on a whole different level right now than we've seen them do just earlier on today. And right now, they're looking for a shutout. 67, 66 tickets remaining now for uMAV, and it looks like they've almost just given up. I think they've almost just forfeited this map and just looking into map number 3.
I think you're completely right. They just seem to be coming in kind of more as a pub game now than anything. The coordination seems to have kind of gone. They have maybe one good attack here, and even then, it's not going to go well. I think this is pretty much a third map, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. That's
wow.
it right there. They tick under 56 tickets, and we will be going to a map number 3 between Against Authority, and they've even lost a man here too, and uMAV was still getting cleaned up left and right. But we're going to map number 3, which will be on Zavod, and it will be the final map of this best of 3 in the grand finals, and the final map of cup number 3. If you look at Zavod and the track records, we have 3 wins out of 4 maps for Against Authority. Actually, well, technically now it's 4 out of 5, and they've only dropped 1 map to Meet Your Makers. On the other hand, we have uMAV. Did they play? They did not play Zavod earlier, so they are 3 and 4 currently, or 3 for 4 currently, and the only loss they have is against a Dignitas, which we saw happen yesterday. So right now, it's pretty even between both these teams, and if Against Authority take any momentum of this game into this next map, it's going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, obviously, uMAV lost to Dignitas on Zaphod in one of the previous best of 3s, but then they played them, I believe, yesterday and managed to win quite convincingly. There was a lot of fights at the C point, which all went uMAV's way. So both teams have had very recent experience on this map in this cup, and AAA, when they played ESC on it, they smashed them on this map. They smashed them brutally. But then again, so uMAV did to Dignitas. I mean, apples and oranges at this point. Which one of these teams is going to be stronger on this? Well, we're going to have to wait and see, I guess.
And if Against Authority, I mean, if they keep playing that style that they've been doing for these 2 maps, I mean, even Operation Locker wasn't that bad of a loss for them. Then I think they might be able to catch them off guard. It's going to be a little bit different compared to GOLMUD Railway. It's more of, to me at least, Operation Locker-esque. But we're going to find out as both teams going to be loading in here. We're not going to be starting just yet because Against Authority need to have, 2 people reconnect to the server. But it's going to be exciting. I really want to see if Against Authority can take it all the way the first time, get it into the semifinals, let alone first time into the grand finals, and see if they can pick up their first place win in the EMS series.
Yeah, for AAA especially, considering they've been having a lot of bad results recently, this must be like, right, we win this, we're back, everyone. Pay attention. The Frenchies are back, and we're going to make you pay. We're going to get to another final, and Fnatic are going to have to play us yet again. Well, I think that's their mindset, but will they get there? uMAV, though, always seem to be coming second, and I'm probably sure that they're sick of being the bridesmaid in these kind of situations.
Why not the group or the best
I
man?
always got it confused. I'm sure I was right. Isn't it the bridesmaid?
I mean, Yeah, I mean, you're not the bride, but why not the best man
Oh,
instead?
I should always stop trying to do stuff
Why are
like
you
that 'cause it always gets
sexist?
them
Why are you
confused.
sexist, man?
I can't help it.
You heard that? Every one of you uMAV fans, he just called uMAV women.
Yep, they're women, and especially in that last round, they start to just come to bits. I don't even know why, and that's the thing. They looked good on that map before, and then poof, AAA just turned it on and just drowned them.
You don't want to see those Frenchmen turned on, as you said back in the first best or the last best of 3 that we did. But I don't know. It's been such a close game. It's for both these teams. I mean, we have pretty big leads. I mean, they're not tiny in any way, as we saw uMAV versus Fnatic. But 42 in the first one, 56 in the second one. This map is probably one of the most played maps in the EMS series, and I really wonder if both these teams are going to feel confident for it. I wish I knew a little bit more about how the maps were vetoed. If this was like something that, you know, Against Authority had planned, since I think they had the first ban or the first veto on maps.
I'm not 100% sure. This is the thing, though. I mean, both teams have looked good on Safford, so for them, it's fine. AAA have not done great in this tournament on GOLMUD Railway, but that didn't seem to matter for them. But Locker, you know, that went back and forth. Considering it was uMAV's map, I was quite surprised how close that became.
Drunks, get out of chat and go play your game. Come on, get into this game. He's sitting there talking in Twitch chat instead of actually playing. What a jerk. Making everyone wait for him.
Well, he is in now, so all 5 are in, so we're just waiting for the restart. But yeah, what's he doing? He's showing off. He's showing off about his iron sighting with his AK-12. He's trying to just say, like, yeah, everyone started using the Ace-52, so I'm going to be a hipster and I'm going to start using the AK-12 with iron sight because no one else has done that yet.
Even Wahlberg's in chat telling him to go play.
Yeah, I was watching his cast earlier today. He's a hoot. He gets very angry though. He's like the most angry person ever. And I kind of told him not to swear too much on his streams. He's just like, you'll be surprised how much I can swear with just my eyebrows.
I think I saw you tweet about that actually, and I think if anyone out there has seen my private stream, they realize how much casters really do curse when they are allowed to.
Yeah, yeah. I'm far known as being a foul-mouthed Geordie, so whenever I get the chance, I do. But
the thing is, when English people curse, to an American, it sounds like not even like a curse word.
Yeah, well, we got to master these things. I mean, we came up with them, so we might as well make it seem seamless. But yeah, no, it does seem to belong in the English language, I feel.
Gosh. Man. I'm just waiting for this game to get underway. I think we're waiting for one of the players. I can't see admin chat right now because I have to all tab out, but there's the restart coming in. And I really don't know which side is going to be for which team. I believe it's actually going to be Against Authority on the blue side and uMAV on the red. I believe. I'm not sure.
Well, I'll be able to tell you when you load in. That'll be really... there we go. It will be uMAV as the US on the red.
Yeah.
AAA as the Russians. GG. Got it.
I feel like a god right now for guessing that right. But anyways, we're getting underway on Zavod. This is the last map of the night, the last game of the night. 30 seconds remain until this game goes live. Where do you think both teams are going to hit? Well, give us the general strategy of what you think's going to happen.
Both teams are going to go for that B flag, but I'm trying to find out if anyone is packing an engineer kit. Because there you go. Raiden's got an engineer kit. So for AAA, they're going to blow that wall down at C and then attack that flag. So there'll be a push on the middle and a push at B. And both teams are going to send someone to B. So it's up to uMAV, really, if they're going to expect a push on that C flag.
We're going to find out here in just a few seconds as the game has got underway. Against Authority going to be on the Russian team. We're going to have uMAV on the US side. And we do have that push coming in on B. But we're seeing Against Authority play a very similar style that they did earlier on versus ESC here.
True, but look at way AAA is attacking. They are going to pretty much, I think, just get their spawns and go for C. I think that they know they're probably going to lose that B flag. I think C is really their top priority right now.
And we do have Inox coming in from A towards the backside of C. Raiden pushing straight in, but gets taken down by Baden. And just like that, that C push almost gets shut down. Inox going to get the drop onto one man, but Asher's going to be there to stop that. So that C push that Against Authority was going to go with just gets completely shut down. And just to say that Drunks gets back in here and takes it back.
Yeah, but for uMAV, they have eventually won that fight over at B, and they are about to attack that C flag, and they've kind of caught AAA in a rotation here. But unfortunately for them, they decided to send everyone to A, where they could have overwhelmed that C flag quite quickly, and maybe a misstep there from uMAV.
Maybe indeed, and Avery, he's still there working his way towards A. They do have A and C currently, not the two ideal flags that you want to have, but that seems to be the ones they always seem to have when they do play on this map, funny enough.
Yeah, and right now, Drunks 3 for 1, Enox 4 for 0. I mean, they're just getting some heavy kills here, and that bleed is doing a bit of damage right now.
Yeah, it's starting to get there, and we do have B being capped over 4 against Authority, so we're going to have a little bit of a tri-cap coming in, but Sneaky is there over at A, going to cap that one back for his team, but they just have uMAV acting reactively to everything, and right now we see against Authority just being so proactive, they're just thinking a step ahead, which they weren't able to do on Operation Locker against uMAV.
It's so fun to see, especially as a commentator who's been watching a lot of these uMAV games, to see someone making uMAV second guess and react. When it spends so many games, uMAV doing it to other teams, it's beautiful to see it done to them. And AAA are doing a great job.
Wow, Roma coming up big. I think he picked up 3-ish kills right there. Able to get the revives as well on top of that. uMAV almost getting wiped out. 2 men remaining, 137 to 102 tickets so far in this map. And it seems like against Authority, it shows no signs of stopping.
Now, the center of that map, I mean, where you have Raiden right now, uMAV spent majority of the time there. Like a good 3 minutes there between C and A. They didn't get any of those flags, and they just stayed there. And they got hemmed in by AAA and just lost loads and loads of tickets. And right now, they are significantly far behind. And AAA are looking really solid right now.
And we see uMAV finally get some breath of life back in their team. They have gotten a 2-cap with A and B currently. You can see against Authority, they're just still sticking in middle, like you're saying. Like, that's the area they want to contest. That's the area that they really fight for. And if they get this one kill, they might be able to open up A here. But they actually get shut down by Sneaky, and he's sticking there. He's drawing 2 more members of Against Authority. That will be 3 total over towards this A side, and that might give him the option to cap C back.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, they need to do something because it's starting to slip away for them quite quickly. I mean, a full domination cap is generally the best way to do it, but it's if they can hold on to it a long time. They just got, it looks like they might suffer a wipe at C, and they're spawning in, and it all comes down to this fight now. Both teams are spawning in to get it.
Asterix, he's sitting there trying to defend it here, and we do have Raiden over back at A. We have a push coming in from Against Authority with 3 men towards C, and this could be very dangerous, and there's really no one there to stop this push either, so this should be C going back to Against Authority here, but Sneaky, no, he shuts 1 man down, but there's still 3 more, at least 2 more in the vicinity to stop him. Inox going to drop down. They're going to get the kill. They're going to get the revive as well, and they will maintain this 2-cap hold. They lost about 20 tickets on that one, though. They had about a 40-ticket lead, and right now, they're not out of it just yet. They're still giving this a huge fighting chance, and they're all spawning to A. This is actually very dangerous for them.
At the same time, Raiden got 2 critical kills on B, stopped 1 guy pushing A, and then got the defender at B and killed himself. That opened up for a capture, and Raiden now is going hunting for kills, leaving the capture for his buddy in Enox. And AAA, even though they might not be like massively ahead, well, they are, but at least it's a very, very fluid game. AAA are all over uMAV.
Yeah, this isn't at all like Operation Locker, where it was just back and forth between the 2 teams in terms of the score. It wasn't really a giant lead, and this is more like on GOLMUD, where Against Authority, they just got the lead and ran away with it completely. And Drunks, he's still becoming a big nuisance over towards C right now, able to pick up another kill. He's currently sitting on 10 and 3 for his team. Inox 8 and 2. Fantastic scoreline from both those 2 men, and he's just showing no signs of stopping. Still pick up many kills. Inox was able to get the push back on the B here, so they do have that 2-cap back. And look at uMAV, they're still just going in 1 by 1, it feels like, over towards C.
Yeah, all of these fights have been going AAA's way as well. C is just a flag. It seems to be AAA's. As I say that, they get wiped. uMAV are going to take it, but at the same time, this just opens up a front on A. And right now, uMAV need to do some damage control. They need to sort out this ticket difference. They need to sort it out quick, because there's only 1 more round after this, and they do not want to be going into it with such a high score on the French side.
Yeah, they're already 40 tickets behind. They have been able to finally get a 2-cap here, but how long can they really hold on to it is the real question. They're able to take control of C, take control of A, but they're getting the response for Against Authority over towards C. They're going to get the kill on Delarco, and with that, and with the revive, they will be able to take C because there's no one else there to stop them.
Yeah, and seriously impressive to see AAA waking up like this and just doing so much damage to a team that's, to be honest, been looking really unstoppable recently. And they've totally took it to uMAV here, and uMAV are not looking like the team they were before, but they're starting to organize them attacks on C.
And right now, B is being taken by Delarco, but Raiden's there to stop him. Just like you said, C is being attacked, but against Authority, they shut them down. Delarco's the last man standing, and he gets killed on the outside, and just like that, they're going to take B back. They're going to keep increasing their lead, almost a 50-ticket advantage right now. Against Authority, where have they been these past 2-3 weeks? Because they have not been playing like this.
First of all, AAA are doing everything they need. They're in the right places, they're talking properly, they're communicating. Everything's going well on AAA side. It's what's happening on uMAV that's important. What is going on there? They are panicking. They're not playing the way that they usually do, and it's not working when they do. And that's where the problem is for them. They're starting to just run and gun, and they're just not playing the way they usually do. And AAA are taking full advantage of it.
And they have finally pushed into C here. It looks like they finally have control of this eventually. And you see against Authority, they're getting the outside respawns. Looks like Avery going to run straight towards A. Maybe Broma's to head over towards B as they're expecting a B push to come in right now. But you see uMAV, they're already respawning. Sneaky and Asterix already on their way towards A, holding down that middle tunnelway, which against Authority just did so well earlier on today in their match versus ESC. And it seems like uMAV finally has slowed the pace down. They finally have control, and they're starting to try to eat away at this ticket lead that against Authority has been able to build up.
And that's all they can do at this point. I mean, they can try and win, but it's very, very difficult. AAA are just completely on top of them, and it's just getting really nasty for uMAV. But at the same time, though, AAA could take an easy capture at A, and they're going to do it and attack C at the same time, giving no breathing space for uMAV. And the French guys are just looking so damn strong right now.
Drunk's been a wrecking crew. He's 17-7. He's been almost single-handedly taking sites over and over. They have a domination cap here, and uMAV, they don't have respawns just yet. There's only 2 people currently up 3 if you count Asterix over on the bottom right side of the map, but I don't even think they have an attack left. This is going to be it. We're going to see about a 50-ticket lead for against Authority going into the second half.
Yeah, I do not know what a AAA have done, but they have just picked it up so damn well, and that is that's a absolutely devastating lead. Once again, what is it with them? They won by 56 in the last one, and now they get 54 again.
I don't know what was put in their water or what they ate today, but they're definitely playing like a completely different team. And I think playing against ESC earlier, playing against I believe it was Epsilon, and now uMAV, like they are getting pushed to the limits and they're rising to the occasion. And I don't know of a team that can kind of stop them right now. I mean, uMAV was able to take down Fnatic earlier on today. And against Authority, if they could top uMAV, then by correlation, they should be able to beat Fnatic as well. What team can stop them? Fnatic and Epsilon have been the only 2 teams to win the cup so far, and against Authority have proven to be able to beat them.
I really think it just comes down to like playing on the day. I think any of these top teams in ENS can beat any other. The only one I would ever say always seems to have an advantage is either Epsilon or Fnatic. I mean, both those teams just seem to be very dominant. But now, I'm not even sure. This EMS has been the biggest one for upset so far, in my opinion. And wow, I don't even know what to say. I can't even predict this one. But AAA are looking so damn strong, and I think that they're calling out that they are back.
Well, we're going to find out here if they can topple uMAV. Thing is, I mean, if we looked at our predictions at the beginning of the day, we had probably uMAV or Fnatic just winning this pretty easily throughout both their best of threes. And if we can't even predict that correctly, I mean, if teams are going to step up like this out of nowhere, then it's pretty much anyone's game when it comes to those group stages and the off-fun finals towards the end of February.
Yeah, my call on the Reddit thread as soon as it got posted was right, Fnatic versus Epsilon final. Then Epsilon got taken out, and then Fnatic got taken out. I was just like, okay, it'll be Fnatic versus AAA. And then I got that wrong. And then when I was just like, oh, it'll be uMAV in the final, uMAV 2-0. And now it's a 1-1 with uMAV in the lead. So, yeah, I don't know anymore. It's so chaotic.
So you're like the Artosis of Battlefield 4.
It seems to be the case right now.
Well, we will be getting underway here in the second half. Against the Authority, if they can drop uMAV below 54 tickets, they will come home as the victors of cut number 3. And we see uMAV going for a straight push onto C, only sending 1 man to B here on the outside and 1 man to A. They definitely are making their marks. They want to make C happen, and they might be able to pull off a very, very early domination cap.
Yeah, they need to push into the C flag. They're taking so long. They got the wall down, I believe, but they're taking so long to get this push going, and it's given AAA plenty of time to bring in reinforcements. And uMAV, a team that blitzes and gets kills, is starting to second-guess their attacks, and AAA are making them pay for it. And look where Abricot's going, and all that pressure, and they're still going to lose a flag.
And Sneaky's there to try to stop him here, but the way I guess Authority's been aiming, I'm not sure if he can just 1v1 him. He's going to get the jump on him. Will get the kill. You actually won't get Inox right behind him, as you do have 2 more men respawn top, and they will get the kill. Maybe they'll get the revive back onto Abri and get him alive yet again. But just like that, they get control of A, they get control of B, and they have that 2-cap advantage. And it's getting really tough for uMAV. They have to start looking at this and being prepared to do something different, because what their style right now, their strategy right now is just not working.
No, not at all. And with a 54 ticket lead, they need to make sure they have complete control from start to finish in this round.
Let's see if they can do anything a little bit different. We have a 20 ticket lead already being built up for against Authority, and everyone on aAa is stepping up. I mean, we talked about, Drunks, he was 17-7 in that first half at some point, but even though he had such a huge kill score and the other people on the team didn't have as great of a KDA, they're getting the kills when they need them. They're getting the crucial kills, the critical ones that really give them the advantage. And right now they have a domination cap. uMAV, they're spawning on the outside everywhere. There's 1 man to defend against the push on B. There's 1 man to defend the push onto A, and Broma, he's been really stepping up today. He's looking for a couple of kills, but he gets taken down as they will lose control of A, but they're going to maintain control of B because Raiden steps up, gets the kill on Del Arco, and that will maintain a B to C cap. But look at uMAV, they're sending 2 men over towards C. Looks like 3, potentially 4, working their way in here, and Inox is the last man standing inside the C site currently.
Yeah, and for them, that big fight over A means nothing. They already had B and C. That fight for B was more important than anything, and it went AAA's way. This is uMAV. They probably have about 2 good pushes left in them. They need to make them all count.
They need to get this 2-cap back, and they're not getting control of C right now because Inox is going big, picking up 2 kills, looking for 3rd. He gets the 3rd kill, and with that, Mars is the last man standing on uMAV, and they lock down B. They lock down C, and that play right there might have just solidified their win.
Yeah, I really don't see how uMAV can come back from this. I kind of feel that not only have they been beaten in all the gunfights, but I think they've been just broken morale-wise. And I think AAA are just on a high right now, and I would love to listen into that comms because I'm sure that they are shouting a lot of things in French in a very enthusiastic manner because they are making uMAV pay, and uMAV are falling to bits.
Well, that won't happen until the offline finals at the end of February, where we probably will be able to do that here at ESL TV in Cologne, Germany. If you guys are interested, you might be able to keep an eye out on tickets potentially coming your way. But right now, uMAV, are they going to make a play somewhere? They're looking for C. They're already down to 68 tickets. They have about 14 remaining before they are pretty much crowned the 2nd place winners of this cup. And against Authority, they're looking so unstoppable that uMAV just can't even push in anywhere. We see Raiden right there pick up 1 kill, almost at 2nd, and down to 62 tickets now, and uMAV still haven't been able to cap anything over. We have a domination cap coming in again for against Authority. 58 tickets remain, 57. This is it. I mean, uMAV can't even respawn in anymore, and we will, in fact, see against Authority go on to topple uMAV in the grand finals of cut number 3 and become the champions. Wow, just
uMAV are already leaving the server. I think they were primed on
Wow.
leaving as soon as it went over that limit. I mean, uMAV forever 2nd place, and AAA pretty much an underdog story. If you'd said any of these teams were going to get to the final, you would have been like, ESC or AAA? No, it's not going to happen. It'll be Epsilon, and it'll be Fnatic or uMAV. And then not only did they get to the final, they beat them decisively.
Yeah. After the first map, it didn't look that strong. We actually thought uMAV probably going to be able to take this one. But, I mean, speaking of against Authority, let's just go ahead and show you the route they took to get here today, because it was not easy at all for themselves. They had a bye in the first round. They went up against Yoki, who is a very strong team, and they have definitely been proving themselves lately, taking it 2-1. Went on to play against Epsilon, won 2-0, beat ESC 2-1, and then went on to beat uMAV in the grand finals. Just such a difficult route for them, and they've really proven that there is no top team right now. Every team can step up and be that top team at any given time, and every team needs to keep practicing and really improving if they want to have a chance at winning the groups and winning the whole shebang come the end of February.
Yeah, I was getting really, really worried with Epsilon recently. I was just like, oh my God, it's just going to constantly be Fnatic and Epsilon in the final, or it's always going to be Epsilon in the final. And now, finally, we get a break there. And it just shows anyone can win, and it is so competitive. And there's a load of teams, but I just need to put in a little, they just need to change a few things in their strats, and then they'll be able to get really far.
Well, with that, I mean, everyone at home, if you guys are watching, you have a group of friends that are interested in actually participating, there are ways to get into this through the A Series where you can compete and be, I believe it's the top 6 teams that get a bye into the Cup. Or you can also participate through the Gopher Series, which happens on every Sunday. Cup number 4 will be happening on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week at the same time, 1900 CET, it's not CEST just yet. And you can have a chance to get in there, and you have a chance to actually participate with the best of the best teams. But right now, it's coming down to points. If you want to get in the group stages, you have to pick up a major win this coming week, and you have to really show everyone out there that you're a top team, and you have to get quite a few points. I'm trying to look and trying to think exactly what they need. Let me actually pull up the Battlefield site at battlefield-ems1.com and see what the points are, and I can show everyone at home what they are currently. Let's go ahead and show you this one. This hasn't been updated for today's, I believe. But, I mean, Fnatic currently first place, Epsilon second, uMAV third. They've been second in cut number 2. They're going to be second in cut number 3 again, unfortunately. Datatos is up there at number 4. MYM's up there at number 5. I mean, right now, if you look at Against Authority, they were 6. And they had to topple the number 2 team. They had to topple the number, where's uMAV? The number 3 team. They had to topple the number 8 team. Like, it was not easy for them to get here.
No, not at all. And that's what I love about the whole thing. And the Execo guys against Fnatic, even though they lost 2-0, they had a very close game in the first round. And that just proves that a lot of these teams are just getting better and better. And the PK Dynamics guys are another top team, but it's always on the cusp of doing really well. You've also got the Exertus Esports guys. They are a mostly UK lineup. And eventually, I honestly say they are going to get a big game eventually. Eyeballers, a new lineup, obviously, they're looking to do pretty good. I mean, there's so many of these teams that just need to change a little things up. I mean, Pyrogen took a game off esports as well. Off Epsilon, sorry. So it's so up in the air right now. All these teams are improving so much, and that's because ESL is putting on so many of these tournaments that they have to play top-level opponents weekly.
And learn new little strategies like the explosion or knocking down the wall on Zalva. We haven't seen that until I think today. I'm not sure if we saw it last weekend on the Gopher series, but still a lot of things still being adapted. A lot of twerks being shown in the maps. But Dogbert, thank you again very much for joining me. If you guys want to check him out, he's on Twitter at DiniTossDogbert. I'm sure he'll post his link in the chat momentarily. I'm at JCap. You can see that obviously in my lower third. But thank you again very much for doing this. I really appreciate it. I had a great time.
Yeah, no, it was a pleasure to be on. I really, really enjoyed myself, and it was great to watch some top-level action. Actually, one thing in chat, a lot of people were asking like how to get involved in like competitive Battlefield esport. Seriously, play ESL versus. That's what all the pros are playing in between matches.
Very true. I mean, you can check that out. I know you actually play quite a bit too. I keep taking a look at the caster chat and seeing groups being made for that one, and so hopefully some people beat you even more because that would be great.
Nah, they won't beat me.
But thank you again very much, guys. Thank you all for watching. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be back next week on Tuesday at 1900 CET. Pansy will be casting that one. I will actually be in Brazil at that time doing some League of Legends. So hopefully we'll see you guys next week, and hopefully you have a great night.
See ya.
Peggy 18.